We all know very well that women make babies. Perhaps this is the most remarkable ability that people can imagine. Isn't it incredible how one human can make another human? Today we will talk about some very interesting facts about female body. So without further ado, here are 20 facts about female body that are hard to believe. Pain. We all heard stories that most guys can't tolerate pain and illnesses very well. Even when they have low temperature, they can feel horrible. Girls, on the contrary, may not even notice it at all, so apparently same goes for pain. But why is that? Maybe boys just like to pretend. Nope, that's not the case at all. But this is actually nothing to be surprised about. The women's pain threshold is 9 times higher than men's. It was Canadian scientists who came to this conclusion one time. This is mainly due to the fact that women are supposed to give birth. If women's pain threshold was the same as it is for men, they would simply not be able to survive childbirth. Also, scientists have found that women and men remember the pain they had in the past in different ways. Men are more prone to stress and hypersensitivity when they think about pain they experienced before. Women tend to forget about it much faster. Giving birth. And here are a few facts about childbirth. Having a baby is not only exciting and wonderful, but it's also very difficult and it's always painful. After a child is born, a woman's body gets transformed and it changes quite a bit. One of those changes is cervical dilation. When a child comes out from a woman's body, their cervix changes from a tightly closed entrance to a wide open exit for the newly born baby. To push the baby out, it must expand to about 10 centimeters. Also, this depends on the size of the baby's head. So, what other interesting body features women have? Is there something they do better than men? Is there anything that men do better than women? Watch this video till the end and you'll find out. Teenage years. Both boys and girls go through adolescence period when they are 10 to 18 years old. If you're old enough, you know what it's like to be a teenager. What's really interesting is that women go through this period twice in their lifetime. Second time comes when a woman is about 40 years old. This is something they call perimenopause. It is a time of serious hormonal changes in a woman's body. The level of female sex hormones called estrogens start to fluctuate and decrease constantly. Those fluctuations during this period can be extremely dramatic, and a woman can become capricious like a 13 or a 15-year-old teenager. Colors. Many boys at some point in their life found themselves in a situation when they have an argument with a girl about colors. Thing is, males and females perceive colors differently. When a guy says that something is pink, for example, the girl might say that it's coral. So how come we see things differently? Turns out, it isn't that the boys aren't good at determining colors. It's just that girls are much better at figuring out shades. This ability is directly related to the X chromosome. Women have 2 of them, while men only have 1. Even if one of the chromosomes is damaged, a woman can see colors properly. It is for this reason that the girls are so good at determining shades and seeing a wider color spectrum. This is also the reason why girls are less prone to color blindness than men. And here's one more interesting fact. About 12% of women can boast supervision. They can distinguish up to 100 million colors. Hearing. Not only do women see better, but it looks like they can also hear more than men. Little girls, for example, are better at picking up high-frequency sounds. Scientists think that a girl at the tender age of 1 week can already distinguish her mother's voice from other voices, and also hear other babies cry. Also, women are good at finding changes in the tone of voice, and they can feel when they're being lied to. Taste buds. And finally, girls' taste receptors are more developed. Scientists have conducted a lot of studies that have shown that a woman's tongue has much more taste buds than man's. This allows girls to determine taste much better. Scientists especially point out that girls recognize and differ sweet tastes really well. Stamina. Research showed us that women not only have incredible pain tolerance, but also surprisingly potent stamina. Scientists know that women can perform endurance exercises about 75% longer than men. The reason for this is the girls' hormones. They say that estrogen makes women's muscles more resistant. And so this tells us that women have both great pain resistance and excellent stamina. The kind of stamina the boys can only dream of. Sorry boys, but who's the weaker sex now, huh? Breasts. Not a single woman on this planet has absolutely symmetrical breasts. One breast will always be larger than the other one. This fact may seem like a scary thing to some, but the fact of the matter is that the difference is very hard to spot. It's almost invisible, at least in most cases. And there are many reasons for this. For example, it can be caused by a difference in the amount of breast tissue, or it can boil down to skin elasticity of each breast. But girls shouldn't worry about this. This is a natural thing and it doesn't do any harm. And what's also pretty interesting is that there is no muscle tissue inside breasts. Skin. Scientists found out that on average, women's skin is 25% thinner than men's. For this reason, women's skin is somewhat more sensitive. On the one hand, it's a pretty cool characteristic, but on the other hand, there is significant downside to it, because women's hypersensitive skin is more prone to wrinkles, because it loses collagen more rapidly as they grow older. Bad luck, I guess. Affection. People tend to believe that women feel more like starting a family than men. This is not because men are devoid of human emotion. That's not the case at all. Many guys also want to start a family, and they try very hard for that matter. But it's more typical for women. Women get more attached to men than men to women. This is because women have more oxytocin. And also it's due to the fact that women have better developed those parts of the brain that respond to attachment. We're talking about putamen, globus pallidus, and also the frontal part of the brain. Color reading. Girls are great experts in cold reading. They can read faces of other people and they can understand and decipher other people's feelings and emotions quite well, by the way. This helps them recognize lies better. Also, this makes women much more empathetic than men, which actually helps girls communicate with people a great deal. What's also very interesting is that women have excellent facial memory. There's never lie to a woman. Sooner or later, they'll make you tell the truth. Language skills and speech. Very few men can compete with women in the art of self-expression, and there's a fair reason for that. Women's frontal and temporal cortex areas are larger. These parts of the brain are believed to influence people's language skills, which is why girls tend to be better at languages. What's more, most women have more FOXP2 protein, which is a kind of speech gene, so to speak. This helps the average woman to speak about 20,000 words a day, which is 30,000 more words than a man speaks on average in a single day. Multitasking. Normally, we think that men are better at solving particular problems by focusing on them, while women are better at multitasking and are able to solve multiple problems at a time. And there seems to be a scientific explanation to that. The corpus callosum in a woman's brain is thicker than in men's brain, and it has 30% more points of connection. And so this makes women better at multitasking. Vision. Women have better developed peripheral vision than men, although men have better tunnel vision. It seems like this might do something with the fact that women are better at multitasking. Peripheral vision allows them to see more things, letting them focus on many things at a time, while men tend to focus on certain things. Space. At this point, you might get a feeling that girls are superheroes and are better than boys in every aspect, but it's not true. For example, many girls have trouble navigating through space. Men are better at navigation. Apparently, this feature has developed in men back in prehistoric times, when they were hunters, and they had to keep an eye on everything that was moving around so they don't get eaten by predators. Navigation is a great skill, even today. Like, it's good for parking. Scientists say that parallel parking works for 82% of men, and 71% of them can do it on the very first try. For women, it's different. Only 22% of girls can park in this manner. Also, 2/3 of them can't do it on the first try. Flexibleness. Naturally, women are much more flexible than men, because their muscles and tendons contain more elastin, a type of protein that allows our organs and skin stretch. Researchers also note that a woman's spine that has a different structure is also more elastic. This is because the female spine is adapted to the load of carrying a baby for 9 months during pregnancy period. Neck. Female neck is also very flexible and mobile, much more mobile than a male's neck. This is why when girls get hollered at, they turn their heads while the guys turn around their entire bodies. Tears. Women cry more often than men. That's a common fact. Psychologists at the University of Tilburg in the Netherlands found out that women cry a lot more often than men. On average, they cry from 2 to 5 times a month, which is 3 to 5 times more often than boys. Scientists know that on average, a woman cries 30 to 60 times per year, while men only cry 6 to 17 times. Heart. A woman's heart beats faster than a man's heart. On average, women beat men by 8 to 10 BPM. Another thing about a woman's heart is that it weighs 10 to 15% less than a man's heart. Blinking. Scientists have approved that women blink twice as often as men. It has something to do with the fact that women's nervous system is more susceptible to various influences. So that's why women blink more often, and that's why they are much more emotional than men. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Remember to press the like button if you like it. Press the bell, subscribe, and stay tuned for more interesting stuff. We'll see you another time.